Transformaciones para la innovación sistémica
Transformation for
y
systemic
sostenible.
and sustainable innovation.
Seguimos presentando un proyecto educativo que
This
nace en el año
educational project was
1986
born in
y que desde el año
1986
2006 va
and
creciendo
since
desde un marco
2005
de
has
innovación
been developing
sostenible
on four major
con 4
sustainable
grandes
axes
ejes de sostenibilidad que
we call
llamamos
transformation
transformaciones.
axes.
La tercera
The
transformación,
third
aunque sea la que
transformation
ocupe quizá menos, no
might
es
be
la
the
menos
smallest one,
importante.
but no
Recordemos que
less
cada
significant.
transformación es
We should
sistémica
remember that
y
each
afecta a las demás.
transformation is systemic and
La
affects the
transformación
other
no
ones.
tiene ningún orden. Las
Transformation
transformaciones
axes
no
do
hay
not
primera,
follow
segunda y
a
tercera.
1,
Pero
2,
sí que es
3
verdad que
order.
la primera y la
However, the
segunda es
first
la
two
que a
have
nosotros
had
nos
a
ha marcado
particularly
y nos
strong
ha
impact
obligado
on
a las
us.
otras dos. Quizá en otros centros puede ser
It
distinto.
might not be the
Este
case in other
tipo de
schools.
organización implica
Such an organization
un
entails
cambio
a
en la distribución
change
horaria,
in
porque
the
cuando hablamos
timetable.
de aprendizaje
When we
experiencial
talk about
necesitamos
experiential
más de una
learning,
hora,
we need
necesitamos
more than
otro
1
tipo
hour
de aula,
lessons,
más
another type of
profesorado,
classroom,
porque
more
trabajamos en
teaching
team teaching,
staff
pero
to
recordemos que la
implement
ratio
the team
de
teaching
estudiantes es
format.
mayor.
The
Quizá
student
también
ratio
puede
is
estar con mis
higher.
alumnos fuera del aula.
Teachers can spend
Es
time
un
with
tipo de
their
experiencia
students
de
outside of
aprendizaje
teaching
que
hours.
necesita y que
It's a learning
surgen otro tipo de
experience that
necesidades.
calls for other needs.
Es verdad que con este proyecto
It's
educativo
true that
la
this
organización se
educational
hace
project makes the
compleja.
school organization more
Mucho más compleja
complex
porque hay grupos de profesores
because we
que
have
trabajan
groups of
juntos,
teachers
que
working
tienen sus
together.
tiempos de
They
preparación,
need
sus tiempos
time
de
to prep and
planificación, de
plan,
evaluación y
to
formación,
assess and get
y también
training.
porque comparten con
Also, they
otros una
share
documentación
documents
para
with their
generar la
colleagues
práctica
to
reflexiva
foster
y la
reflective practice.
interdisciplinaridad necesita
They have
preparar
to
los
prepare
proyectos.
projects for
También una de las
interdisciplinary
cosas que
learning.
más hemos aprendido en
One
la
thing the
pandemia
pandemic
es
taught
a
us
desarrollar
is to
un tipo
develop
de aprendizaje
blended
combinado o
learning.
blended. Y creemos que
We
aunque
believe that
estén nuestros
although our
estudiantes de forma
students are
presencial en
physically
el
in the
aula,
classroom,
para que haya
if we want
personalización
individuation,
necesitamos
we
ese
need a
aprendizaje
virtual
combinado
environment as
y
well,
necesitamos un
blended
aprendizaje que sea
learning.
sincrónico
In other
y
words,
asincrónico.
both a
Es otra
synchronous and
manera
an
de preparar la clase,
asynchronous type of
es otra
learning.
manera de que
Lesson
nuestros
planning
estudiantes
changes.
aprendan.
Our
Es otra
students
manera de
learn
dejar que los
differently.
estudiantes sean
It's another way to
coautores
let
de su
students
propio
be
aprendizaje
co-authors of
y
their
darles a
learning,
ellos
the
el protagonismo.
protagonists.
Cuando la organización se
When
convierte
we
en comunidades
organize
de
a school
aprendizaje,
as a learning
es cuando se
community,
toma la
we
decisión
decide
de que
that
todos
everybody
compartan y
must
aprendan.
learn
Y
and
eso
share,
requiere una
and this
organización
calls for
única.
another type of organization.
Vamos a ver un video
Let's
donde
watch a
el
video
aprendizaje
where
síncrono y
synchronous and
asincrónico y la autonomía de los
asynchronous learning and
estudiantes,
student
bueno,
autonomy,
la pueden
well, are
saltar.
self-explanatory. Synchronicity and asynchronicity are today more important than ever in education. The same goes for physical and virtual attendance, but what do they really stand for? At Montserrat School, like in all other Nazareth schools in the world, we implement them as follows. Tripod learning fosters student-led learning, supported by their family and a teaching team who design learning experiences. Learning can be both synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronicity and asynchronicity happen in both a physical and virtual environment. Opting for one or the other is determined by what is the most relevant learning experience for students. Today more than ever, this is key to provide high-quality education regardless of the learning landscape. Physical attendance, everybody in the same location. Virtual attendance, students are in the same learning environment but physically in another location. The main drawback to e-learning is that access to internet is required, as well as a digital device. Also, the human side offered by in-person classes and non-verbal communication is lost. However, it offers digital skills, a must nowadays. Synchronicity means doing something simultaneously. This is applicable to learning. In synchronous learning, a group of students share the same learning moment. They interact in real time. By being physically in the same location, such as a classroom, they necessarily learn synchronously in a direct interaction. And this is the closest we get to traditional classroom learning, although students might not be in a classroom. We can better foster interaction by means of cooperative work and co-assessment. An online environment enables real-time interaction too. It can happen in a virtual meeting, on a chat or live webinar where students attend a masterclass. If synchronous learning happens simultaneously, asynchronous learning is just the opposite. Students are not all learning at the same time. There's no real-time interaction amongst students or between students and teachers. Basically, students work asynchronously on a given task and everybody at their own pace. There's no synchronicity, so here is not relevant whether students attend in person or online. They can very well be in the same physical location or online environment, however they learn in an asynchronous manner. Only when specific material is needed to do a task and is available only on premises is physical attendance essential. An example of asynchronous virtual learning could be sharing content online, created to be viewed and assessed. Students can access this content when they see fit, at school or somewhere else. Another option could be organizing a discussion forum where participants can interact asynchronously when they want or when they are attending to a task. They can contribute with comments or answer their mates' comments. Primarily, synchronous learning encourages a student-to-student interaction and a teacher-to-student interaction in a more straightforward way. It enables cooperative work and co-assessment, the sharing of knowledge and experiences in real time, and the clearing of doubts accordingly. Asynchronous learning fosters a better individuation of learning. Each student works at their own pace, gaining better autonomy and better time management. It enables self-assessment or a traditional assessment by the teacher. Also, it reduces the amount of repetitive work and automatic tasks. However, interaction is less effective and immediate, with a delay in doubt solving. Understanding well what synchronous and asynchronous learning means, as well as physical and online attendance, can help us deal with uncertainty, as it is happening nowadays, circumstances where flexibility is key to guarantee good quality learning, where students keep on learning and are the protagonists of their learning.
Seguimos con nuestro
So,
proyecto educativo, seguimos con
here we
nuestras
are talking about
transformaciones.
our educational
Hemos visto
project
la
and
primera
transformation
transformación,
axis.
recordemos aquel
We've seen the
currículum,
first
aquella
one,
metodología y
curriculum,
evaluación.
methodology and
Esta segunda
assessment.
transformación que
The
era ese
second
rol del
one,
profesor,
teachers
ese rol
and
del alumno.
students'
Y
role.
estábamos explicando la
And
tercera
the third
transformación,
one,
lo
how
complejo que
complex it
es la
is
organización
to
de
organize a school.
Pero ahora, en el próximo video,
In the next
veremos
video,
ya los
we'll
espacios de
see
aprendizaje.
learning
Un
spaces,
proyecto
an
educativo
educational
que nos
project that
un proyecto
thrills,
educativo que nos hace
that
superarnos
pushes
a
us
nosotras
to
mismas, a nosotros
outperform
mismos
ourselves
como
as professionals,
Buenos
as good
profesionales.
professionals.
Gracias por escucharme.
Thank you for
Muchas
listening
gracias por su
and for
atención.
your attention.